York, when the lights go out on Broadway, the punks come out at a place called the Mud Club. These wacky-tacky street urchins come to wail away the wee hours and take part in a typical funky punk party. The term punk originated in England, where it was linked to a new form of rock music. Actually, punk music is a throwback to the 50s sound of Elvis Presley and Jerry Lee Lewis. In New York, the punk scene is broadened out to include everything from fashion to food. We thought we'd give you a taste of what punks like to eat.
This is our carry-on cake, or cake in a suitcase. The idea, again, is to incorporate furniture and food, and it's for a small house, probably a studio apartment, where someone doesn't have a room to store a cake and would like to protect it while they're preparing for other dishes.
Larry Haggard is a connoisseur of punk chow.
The slogan, "Who cares?" is something that we're particularly fond of in the punk scene, and it signifies general comment on the apathy that we find everywhere.
Larry makes his living catering to punk parties, but you won't find any of his recipes in Betty Crocker's cookbook.
It's a mannequin with edible hairdo. The idea here is you have guacamole in the center, and primarily, there's a cream cheese dip on this side, but primarily liverwurst on this side and sticks to eat it with. The parsley is a special touch to add a sort of counterpoint as she looks down into the Bologna sandwiches. Well, this is one of my favorites. Actually, it incorporates an everyday object, toothpaste tube, that we've hollowed out and filled with cream cheese, caviar, and chives, and special seasonings. So, to anyone walking along the street, you'd think that it was toothpaste. But to those connoisseurs who know a little bit about punk catering, you know, I mean, this is a fine dip. That's good. That's good. The dip machine, as you see here, is one of our favorites. It combines the metallic, the machine orientation of the 20th century with the old, you know, the old machine that we appreciate. It's part of our heritage, you know. This is chicken on a clothesline, and it's a juxtaposition of a familiar object, furniture, with something we consider food. This, as I was mentioning before, is a personal inspiration. It's called bathroom sink casserole. It tastes very good. It's all beef wieners with cream corn and peas. I think that anyone who was part of the nightlife scene will appreciate its significance. The diner is encouraged to participate, to pick up the food, and to actually select the portion that he or she desires. You see, now of course the idea that in etiquette you would take the piece that you've touched is assumed. You'd put this on your plate and whatever else you wanted. This is our, I think, famous baby doll in cherry jello. And in this case, I think our friend is happy.
After all the food had been laid out, Larry calmly called the crowd to the table. One thing about punks, they're not very polite. Some people seem to think punk is a passing fad on the way out. But between mouthfuls, we found most punkers disagree.
Punk is not dead. Punk is gone. It's like individuality is happening now. You do your own thing.
Oh, it is punk, but it's certainly not passe. Look here. This is right on.
Oh, they just want to be recognized. They think they're so cool. Come on. So tacky, don't you think? I really think it's tacky. I really, really do.
After the punkers had gorged themselves on Larry's punk chow, they waddled out on the dance floor. Punks dance the way they eat, with reckless abandon. But in the end, it's a good way to shake off the calories.